No,
you know what? One day I should have everybody just.
Can't be too careful, though, those weirdos out there.
Where's the Warner Brothers of the science?
Oh, gotta ask yourself, do I feel lucky?
Marvel Legends Gauntlet,
That's
the Nano
awesome.
Gauntlet.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
That is. Let's go. I'm so excited, guys. Today is a special day because, as you know, I'm a huge fan of the X-Men, and you guys know that we always try to bring you the best interviews on this show. And today I'm super excited, guys, because we have not one, but two members of the X-Men 97 crew joining us today. We have, of course, my favorite, Wolverine, aka Cal Dodd. And of course, we got the newest member to join the X-Men today. We got SunSpot, who is Gui Agustini, which I'm super excited about. I just met him. Super cool guy. Got a lot of things going for him. But guys, we are ready to start the show. I see everybody in the chats. I can't really go through the chats, but thank you all for being here. Love you guys. And if you're catching this on the replay, love you guys as well. Please smash that like button. Drop your comments, whatever it is you guys got to do. We're here today. So I'm going to go ahead and start bringing in my panel, introducing them because we got a couple new faces on the show. And then I'm going to bring my guest on and we're going to start because I'm pumped, man. I'm super pumped. So let's start with, let's see who we got here. We're going to start a little different here. We're going to start with, we got Carlos, my man, Reverse Zio in the building.
Whoa.
What's up, dude?
Miguel, man, I hope you're doing good, man, because I am excited for tonight. You know,
excited.
We're both very excited for X-Men 97. We're big X-Men fans. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to get back with your beautiful panel and our two special guests, man.
Dude, so excited.
Let's get this show going, man. I'm beyond excited, man. I got the shirt, man. I got the shirt.
I like
you
it.
got
I
the
like
shirt.
it.
You know, let's do this, man.
All right. So next we have a power couple here. Look at this. What's up, guys? We got Andrew and Ashlyn in the building. What's up, man?
Everything's good. We're just real pumped for it today. We got the whole X-Men set up.
I know. I'm trying to like squeeze my eyes to look at your shirts because I'm trying. Oh yeah, look at
Like
that.
that.
Previously
I
on
like
X-Men.
that.
That's
I
right.
like that. All right.
Love
Very
that
nice.
shirt.
Welcome, guys. I appreciate it. I love the setup. We have Sean Carlson in the building. What's up, brother?
What's going on, guys? Could not be any more excited.
I know.
Very,
Super
very
excited.
happy. Looking forward to this show for a while. So let's get into it.
Dude, I'm excited. Let me lower this music just a tad.
Is this the duck one?
It is. I always put a duck one.
Our
All right.
go-to.
Yeah, my go-to. We got Mr. Kennedy in the building. What's up, brother?
What's going on, guys? Got my X-Men 97 shirt.
Let's
Complete
go.
as most cast.
All right, we got the Funko one.
Funko style. Yeah, of course,
Yeah,
baby.
all right. Cool. Thank you for being on. Of
Thank you
course,
for having me.
as always, the guy behind the controls today, Josh McCoy, and every day. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? Super pumped to be here. I know this has been a show long in the making, and I'm ready to get it going and talking to our lovely guest tonight.
Dude, I'm so excited. I want to introduce two people that have never been on my show, good friends of the show, but I'm excited they're here because they're fans, man. Not only are they huge in the hobby, right? I've been knowing them for a while. As far as collectors, you know, we just became friends recently throughout the last couple years, but I know they're fans. This one in particular is a huge fan of Cal Dodd. I can't say he's a bigger fan than me, but my man, child of the autumn, Tim, what's up, dude?
What's going on, man?
Wow.
Dude, look at
hey.
that
You
background.
can't say it, but I will say I'm a bigger fan. But
Oh, I can't say anything because look at that backdrop, son. He's got the
Damn.
Sentinels versus the X-Men. He's got
That's
the Wolverine
beautiful,
shirt on. He's got the, what is that, the previously on X-Men hat?
yes, sir.
Oh my
Oh, that's
god!
clean.
All right, he's making my shirt look bad. All right. Enough. Nah,
Thanks
but
for having
dude,
me. Hey,
I'm
guys.
so excited for you to be here, bro. Thank you for being on.
Thank you. My pleasure, man.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. And of course, last but not least, we got Barb, Statue Mania in the building for the first time with look at that collection. Oh my god.
Everybody, thank you for having me on. I'm excited. I'm super pumped.
I know, I'm excited too. If you guys haven't seen, she just did a whole computer just based off of X-Men, and I was jealous. I'm about to fly her out here. Jeez, like come on. But thank you for being on.
Thank you.
All right, so let's introduce our guests, guys, because they've been waiting patiently. I'm gonna start with my hero, guys, Cal Dodd, aka Wolverine, back on ToyQuest101.
Yo.
Look at that! Look at that guy right there. Let's go. Hold on. Let me see if I could. Put you. I always mess this up. Yup. Hold on.
Every time.
Every time. Nope. Still not yet. Hold on. I'll get this.
There you go.
There he is.
Oh.
Yep.
What's up?
I love your T-shirt.
Of course, with great shirt.
T-shirt.
What happened?
That T-shirt. Did you give me that?
I did. I gave you one at New York Comic Con.
Exactly. Now, is the back what the one you're wearing with all the X-Men on the back of it?
Yes, it is.
I love that T-shirt.
Awesome. White Gold Industries, man. He's the guy who hooks it up. So really appreciate him. But man, listen, welcome. Thank you for coming back on the show. This is like your third time, man. You know, you surprised us in the last time you were here for a little bit. And obviously we did the interview with you and my daughter. So I'm glad you're back on.
Yeah, and I surprised you this time too.
You did.
Half hour.
Yeah.
The Child of the Atom. I love that hat. Where did you get that? From
So the guys who did the original animated series were on a Sideshow live chat, Sideshow Collectibles live chat, and I was in the chat losing my mind. So the good people at Sideshow said, we're going to send you something, and they sent me this guy right here.
Oh, so you got it from Eric and Julia Leewald.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
That's great.
Okay, so let me introduce my final guest, the newest X-Men. And I've been talking to him for a while now, man. He's just so interesting. He's so cool. As you guys know, I just got back from Brazil, so I'm even more excited to meet a guy who's Brazilian and is representing his culture on the X-Men 97. I'm super excited, guys. Gui Agustini is in the building, aka SunSpot. What is up, man?
Everybody, what's up?
Going, man?
Hello. I'm so excited to be here. Cal, so good to see you, Miguel.
What's up? Hold on, let me
Really,
get
Miguel?
Great to see Miguel.
I'm always messing this up. Josh, help me out.
Miguel, you're an X-Men too. We get it. You're an X-Men too, Miguel.
Nope, there you go. Hey.
Let's go.
The chat must hate me.
I have to say though, though I don't have any fancy, backdrop or anything like that, you guys will win, but I am Wolverine Cal Dodd fan number 1, okay?
There we go.
Listen, Gui.
It's such an honor.
Dude, I'm so happy you're here, man. And thank you for, obviously saying yes to Toy Quest 101. Guys, it's a big month for us. It's Autism Awareness Month. I know my daughter's not here right now. Hopefully she'll come and say hi when she gets home. But this is a really big show for us, especially after X-Men 97 landed on our Disney, Plus account. And it's been a ride. So before I start getting into questions, I'm gonna just kick off the show with and I'm gonna try to go back and forth between Cal and Gui, obviously. And guys, if you guys have any questions, by all means, make sure you interrupt me. But the first, I'm gonna start with Cal. So Cal, my question to you is this: so you came on the show before, and I want to show a little clip, real quick. Let me send it to Josh.
Come on, hurry up! I haven't got all.
I know. I'm so horrible at this.
Gui, you didn't witness what happened before the show.
He saw it. He was there.
I was there, Cal. I witnessed it all. I loved it.
He was watching from the shadows
so much.
But I want to play this. I want to play this real quick so you guys could see, to bring back some memories. Once you get it, Josh, go ahead and put it on for us.
Did you already send it?
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm
going to send you this. Did you get it?
Yeah. Hold on.
All right.
Share my screen.
Oh, we got to put the volume up.
And once we produce another season of the X-Men, Disney now are together. If Disney and Marvel get their stuff together, and want to produce another season of the X-Men animated series, would you voice Wolverine again?
In a heartbeat, pal. All of us, George. I mean, Booza, like all of them, said the very same thing. No, they're all on board, but you have to know they all. You can't ignore the media that is going on. We all want the 6th season that everyone is talking about, including Larry Houston.
Let's go. Yes.
Including Larry Houston. On behalf of the fellow cast members, Beast, Gambit, Rogue, myself, I got an idea. Let's do season 6.
Marvel and Disney now are together.
All right, so guys,
wow.
just so you guys know,
Nostradamus over here. Wow,
we were campaigning for Disney and Marvel to continue with the X-Men before X-Men 97 became a thing. And the last time we spoke about this, that is the message that I sent to Disney and Marvel, and we blew up the airways for it. And look, I'm not saying that we're the reason why that happened, but look at where we are now. So Cal, my question to you is, do you believe that you're here now doing X-Men 97? What are your thoughts?
It's and this word's being overused, but it's I was going to say supercilious. That's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It's surreal. There it is.
There you go.
Yeah, I've been using that word a lot.
I know. I mean, I hear it so often, but it's just it's absolutely wonderful. It's unbelievable. What? Like I had when they stopped this 26 years ago in 1997. I felt like, what do you mean? There's no more. What am I supposed to do? You can't just take them away. Yes, we have to. It's like cut off my left arm for the next 25 years because it's hard. This guy doesn't leave you that quickly, and he was such a sweetheart, and he is. I'm just beside myself. I mean, we walked into the same studio we were in 30 years ago in Toronto.
Wow.
Oh, stop it! Someone rigged this up. And it was just like no time passed. But the missing him was like great at the whole series and stuff. But when I finally got into the studio, it was like, well, let's get going. I haven't got much time. Get on with it. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Listen, it's really amazing.
It's extraordinary. Get it?
Hey, there we go.
Uncanny.
I see what you did there. Listen, we're all excited that X-Men 97 is back, and the first thing I did was email you guys because I went nuts when I saw it. I went nuts, and the first thing is I emailed all you guys saying congratulations. I was super pumped up, and I was really, really happy to see you, back, reprising that role of our favorite X-Men Wolverine, right? That iconic voice that will never leave my mind, no matter how many statues and toys I unbox. You're the voice that I see when it comes to Cal Dodd. So congratulations there. Now, we have Gui on the show as well. And before I even get to X-Men, all right, I just saw you last night on Elsbeth. Talk to us about that.
Well, thank you for tuning in. It was fun. I actually, unfortunately, was not able to I don't have CBS, and I was gonna go see it with a friend of mine, and then I had to do this last minute tape for an audition, and so I wasn't able to be. But I called her, and she showed me with her phone, so that was it was something. But look, it was I was very, very happy, very stoked for this opportunity. I grew up as a tennis player. That was my first dream, and so now being that in a make-believe world of TV was such a dream come true. Stepping in this big arena, pretending I'm center court of the U.S. Open. It was super fun, and the cast was wonderful. I had a blast. So yeah, it was a wonderful experience. Oh, you got it. Irina posted that little video. She played my my girlfriend, and yeah, everybody's so cool. Everybody was great. You know, I got to meet Blair Underwood, who's a legend. I didn't have scenes with. Oh yeah. Oh my God, these guys are like.
Yeah, I did my
Big
homework.
dig. Big dig.
I
no,
did
this
my
is different.
homework.
That's the after party.
That's the after party. Yeah. But yeah, everybody was amazing. Omari, who plays, basically, the guy that I'm like, beating most of the time on the tour. A young American player. Yeah, everybody was wonderful. So it was so cool, and a lot of people tuned in and said some wonderful things. So yeah, very happy.
That's really cool, man. Congratulations there. Now, right? I want to kind of bring up a couple of things before we get to direct questions for you guys as characters. So, Josh, I just sent you something else if you want to pull up real quick so you guys could see. So, since X-Men 97, I'm gonna throw out some facts out there, right? Since X-Men 97 has hit Disney XD, a lot of things have happened, right? First and foremost, since X-Men 97 started, X-Men 92, the original X-Men, went up 500%, okay, as far as views for Disney. So what happened was a lot of these new and older fans started watching the older series to catch up with it so they could watch X-Men 97. So that's huge. Then once this started, you got all kind of magazines and everybody, like celebrities out there saying that X-Men 97 has been the best thing, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, which honestly, that's very hard to get, So for the fact that, look at that, 100%, 93% from the fans, 100% from the critics. I mean, X-Men 97 has been fantastic. And I could probably speak for everybody in the chats. I could probably speak for everybody, obviously, here on the panel, but we are freaking enjoying X-Men 97. You guys are doing a phenomenal job. So congratulations there on behalf of us and of course the fans out there. Now I want to go back to Gui real quick. So Gui, my question for you, and guys, anybody have any questions on the panel, by all means interrupt me. So my first question for you, Gui, is I want to talk a little bit about how you got casted, because something I realized as I was setting up for this show was that a lot of the original X-Men obviously came back to reprise their role as Wolverine, as, Storm, as Rogue, right? Yeah. And then there were several other voice actors who had to do some voice matching, unfortunately, for some of the X-Men cast that couldn't be with us here, today. You, my friend, though, are the only brand new X-Men. So when you were getting casted for this, or you did your audition or whatever, however it works, I'm sure they didn't tell you what it was for, but I'm sure they kind of gave you a hint on it had to be some sort of hero. So your path to the X-Men 97 was a lot different than everybody else's. Why don't you talk to us a little bit more about that? Because I'm interested on that journey and how different it was from everybody else.
Sure, and it came, as I learned recently, it came on later than everybody else, I think, too. I did audition for the first time in the fall of 2021. I did, look, it's a little embarrassing, but it's the truth. It did say Roberto da Costa. I just never knew the character by that name. How crazy, and
that's not embarrassing. I didn't know his real name. I just know him by SunSpot.
Yeah, but just the Brazilian superhero, the first one of Marvel. But it's like, I grew up with the show and with the 90s show, and those are the characters that I knew, and then in the movies and all this stuff. And then because of tennis, I really didn't get really into the comics, and I completely went away from that world. So it did say that, but I had no clue because it had a code name for the project, and I never put two and two together. So I just sent in my tape, never heard anything, as most of my voiceover auditions is the truth. And then a few months later, I think about 6 months, March or April of 2022, I get another audition, and it was maybe the same. I don't remember the exact same sides, but I remembered I had auditioned for it. And the only difference that I can recall, it had in parentheses, it said Elijah. You know, and it did say Brazilian. They wanted me to have a Brazilian accent, so I did 2 versions, one with a super strong Brazilian accent and the way I speak, which is, you know, now much more like neutral American standard.
Right.
And then 2 months later, I got an email from my agent saying, "Congratulations, Guy, you're going to be a superhero." And obviously, I was very stoked, but I just didn't remember what I had auditioned for. I didn't know what it was. And as I kept reading the email, it said, you know, "Would you accept the offer?" And then I opened it. I mean, I was already ready to say yes, but then I saw X-Men '97. I was like, "What? X-Men?" Like I was quite shocked. I was very shocked, and I was in New York at the time with a friend. I was doing another project, and you know, it was super early. He was sleeping, and I couldn't, you know, scream or anything. And then when he woke up, I couldn't tell him. It was this, you know, weird scenario, but I was obviously super overjoyed. But that's how it went down, you know. And I learned, I think I was the last one to get cast from the stories I've been hearing, you know, from people you know, I've been seeing here in LA. And you know, when we went to WonderCon at the panel, I heard a little bit of the process of everybody else. So I think everybody mostly came on board in 2021. So
that's freaking awesome. And that's crazy, right? Because everybody else had to have like some sort of an idea, right? Like
everybody in that panel at least like said that they knew, either because like the scene was from like a scene of the original series, or because they really, you know, they know so much that like they changed the names, but they could tell what it was from. So
right.
I think I was the only one. And some of my friends have asked me, and I think maybe it did work in my favor that, you know, you audition without like any sort of pressure. I was just, okay, another animation show. I'll just do it. But, you know, I'm like, okay. And
now,
so,
Guy.
Yeah.
Your story, I mean, it was unbelievable listening to you tell that from the beginning when you started about not knowing what you were auditioning for and all that stuff. That was exactly our sentiments when we started in '92 in our auditions. Where sounds like us speaking, because none of us in Canada knew who the X-Men were, let alone Wolverine or any of the characters. No idea.
Wow.
And in mine, I'll make this really quick. In mine, they asked. I walked in. I said, "So what is this?" Because they called it Project X. So it was a secret thing. And so I said, "Well, what is Wolverine?" "Well, you're Wolverine." I said, "Okay." What is he? What's he? And they described him very, very quickly, and they gave me a piece of paper with some lines on it. But I said initially, I said, "So who am I saying this line to?" And they said, "Sabretooth." And I said, and this is not a lie. I said, "Sabretooth," and I'm Wolverine. Is this an animal cartoon? They went,
makes sense.
I said, "Is this an animal cartoon?" They said, "No." When they stopped laughing, they said, "No." I said, "Well, what? Wolverine, Sabretooth, they're animals." They said, "No, they're mutants." And I said, "Oh, that really clears things up." It's stupid. And here we are today, Guy.
That's wild. That's wild. Thanks for
well,
sharing that. It is.
So, go ahead, Guy. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, and the word has been, as you know, cliche as it is, but it is the word I've been using because it's been truly surreal for me to be stepping, you know, being part of all of this. And you know, the day of the premiere, I came up to Cal, and he was like, right after the after party, it was with my friends, and then he sat at this table. I'm like, "Cal, I'm sorry, I gotta say hello. I gotta take a photo." I'm like, you know, and he was so sweet.
From here right in, I'm calling you Sunburn Bub.
So now it's funny you said that, Kyle, because I wanted to ask you next. The biggest difference between then and now, you coming back now, and we kind of talked about this last time you were on the show when we talked about X-Men '92. You know, obviously you're doing a bunch of cons now, and you're meeting a lot of people, and it's a lot different. It's basically what it should have been back then. Now you're kind of doing it now. But what's the biggest difference between getting your role back, you know, from X-Men '92 now to '97? Like, are you guys now all together in the same studio? Like, what's the biggest difference for you the second time around?
No, it's the very same, because we're in Canada. Most of we record in Canada.
Okay.
And these guys are in LA or wherever they are in the States. So even when we did it in the original series, we did it for 4 or 5 episodes. We did it all together in the studio, which became a nightmare for the engineer. He said, "This is really ridiculous because I can't." He's having a fight with Sabretooth, and the other people are trying to get. It said everyone was leaking into everyone else's mics. So that was the end of that. And for the next 79 episodes, we went in one at a time. Did all our lines, and away you go. Got our direction.
Oh, I didn't know that, Kyle.
It's just like now. I keep going through Meredith. Now Meredith is there in LA, and I'm in Toronto, and we have the big screen and stuff, so I can see what I'm overdubbing or underdubbing in the ADR stuff. But it's he's directing me as a guy that did our voice, Dan Hennessy, back in '92 to '97, and he was fantastic. He had a great voice himself, so you had to trust anything that he said. And he's the one that started calling me Wolvie. He's the one that said, anytime you want to add like something, because the US they don't say A, and we did. So one line Wolverine had to go like, back off, huh? And I said, no, he doesn't say, huh? He would say A, and they went, okay, don't say anything then. Can you imagine Wolverine going, back off, eh?
he is Canadian.
Canadian.
That would make sense.
Yeah, the only one.
Okay.
Well, that's very interesting, Kyle, because I thought, Lenore mentioned how in the beginning, you guys were all together and you guys were in a circle and doing it, and people have been asking me, and most of the people have asked me that question if I recorded with Holly, for instance. I said no, I recorded everything by myself, and I know a couple of people, some of you, I guess, did it together or at the same time in the studio, but everybody was like very surprised that happened, but I didn't know that even back then you also like mostly recorded on your own.
Yeah, and the only time we ever, after, like I say, about 4 or 5 episodes, because it was a nightmare for the engineer, then we did it all, every one at a time we went in, and the only exception to that rule was when myself and Sabretooth, may he rest in peace, Sabretooth, when we had a fight scene. And then so it didn't make any difference who was leaking into anyone's microphone, because it was all that was the only exception.
That's amazing.
If I'm not mistaken, everyone filming their own or recording their own parts separately, that's somewhat standard for voice acting for the industry, correct?
It is now.
Yeah.
He's like, it is now.
And it was back, like I said, it was back then for the last 4 years of the thing, or 4.5 years.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm learning that now too. When people have asked me, because I've only done really like animation projects too that I've been a part of, and so I'm like, oh, that's been my experience. So I guess it is, but it also made sense because of COVID and all the technology too. But I guess if it's already happening, but back then.
So when did you guys actually all finally meet together? I got a couple pictures. I'm gonna send Josh real quick so he could see of the whole cast together. When was that? And I know when speaking with Guy, over the phone, he told me he was really excited to be on this show with Cal Dodd. So I know that's one of his favorites. But when exactly did you guys all get together and finally meet each other?
Wasn't it in Hollywood?
Yeah, I mean, I met everybody at the premiere that we had in Hollywood before the March 20th, dropping it on Disney.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyle had known some of the cast, but I guess the new ones, you also met everybody there, right?
Yeah, I'd never met any of them, but until Hollywood.
Oh, so wait, so Cal, so the only in person who did you meet? Who did you know before this that you met in person? Who was it?
No one. I didn't know any of them until I met.
What?
Yeah.
Serious?
Why would I see them? I'm in Toronto.
But you didn't see any of them at like the comic book conventions or anything like that?
Any of the new cast? You mean?
Yeah.
Oh no, they didn't do Comic Cons. Not that I knew of.
Oh, so wait, so you're saying so you saw the older cast, just the newer guys you never met?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just the new cast. Yeah.
Well, and I would see them all at auditions. Well, I would see George Booza, and God bless him, Norm, our original
Cyclops.
Yeah. I would see him at auditions because we all have the sort of same timbre, and we'd be called for the same auditions for commercials and stuff.
Wow.
Otherwise, I never saw anyone else but George and Jean. I keep calling her Jean.
Jean.
Catherine Disher.
Good
Jean.
I have a question for Pete. So, how does it feel to be representing like your home country through an amazing character like SunSpot? Like that must have felt like a great honor for you.
That's a good question. And we have a couple Brazilians in the chat, man. And like I said, I just came back from Brazil. So talk to us about that.
I mean, it's truly an honor. I've been saying, I think, like it's such an incredible responsibility and a wonderful honor that I have representing, my country. I think number one, just being a part of this beautiful family. And I've been saying this now, like it's truly been feeling, a family, a team more than any other project I've been a part of. It's so wonderful. Obviously the ones who are here in LA is easier, but, I've been meeting people, becoming, closer friends with, and, I've been having these watch parties. It's also wonderful. And people are so loving and I've been getting, so much, wonderful, feedback and fans all over, South America, Latin America, and people feeling so, so much that representation, and it means so much. I did not expect that, I was even like right before getting here, I talked to David Gomez, who did the art of the cards, the cards that were released before the premiere that we all got. He created that art. And he's Mexican, and I was on a call with him, and he was so wonderful, and just the way people have been saying, without even being from Brazil, just like the representation of Latin culture.
Yes,
it's so huge. It's so huge, and I mean, I couldn't be happier and more proud.
That's freaking awesome, dude. That is really awesome. I really love that. Tim, this is your moment to shine, brother. I know you got a question for Wolverine. I'm gonna just let you say it now, bro. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you steer this conversation wherever you want it to go.
There's no steering. I'm surprisingly tongue-tied right now.
Wow.
Like you guys are talking about how this feels surreal. It feels very surreal for me too. I know Miguel said it, but Cal's voice has been rattling in my head since I'm a little kid.
Yep.
And often when I was younger and I was looking for some strength, I feel like I would channel Wolverine for sure.
That's
and
awesome.
I became really sharp with my tongue towards people. and I like that Cal said that, he's a beautiful character, because I feel like he is too. So I honestly don't have any questions. I almost can't breathe. And this is a first for me. I'm a talker, and I'm enjoying listening. So
listen, I'm sure you're gonna have some questions.
All
right.
For me, this is a real big deal. So I'm happy to be here.
So I'll tell you what. Let's do this. I want to do something real quick before Tim.
So I just had to say one thing to Child of the
yes, Child of Autumn.
My very first line that I auditioned for as the voice of Wolverine in '92, and they gave me the line, as I told you. And they said, "Oh, they're not. They're mutants." Oh well. I said, "Who's this addressed to?" They said, "Sabretooth, and you hate his guts. He hates you, and all you do when you get together is fight." I said, "Oh, sounds wonderful." Of course, this line is the very first thing I read, and it just came into my head. And this was the line, and this is for the gentleman that was just talking.
Yeah.
This is it.
All right, you egg-sucking piece of gutter trash. You always like pushing around people shorter than you. Well, I'm shorter. Try pushing me. Ow!
We got all our claws. Listen, you know what's funny, Cal? I was actually just about to ask you to go ahead and say a line for him. So you read my mind. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
You guys are in sync.
I know. It's crazy. I literally was just about to ask him. That's why I put him on the big screen, but he read my mind. So thank you.
We're in sync. You should hear us sing.
Hey, listen, Cal's a good singer, guys. If you haven't seen him, all his links are in the bio of my video. Check him out on Facebook. My guy is a singer. So, real quick, let's do this. I want to talk about some things that happened on the show already. So Obviously, guys, for those in the chats, we can't speak about the future of the X-Men because we don't want no spoilers here, and obviously we don't want to get anybody in trouble. But I do want to talk about some things. So, Josh, pull up what I just sent you if you don't mind. And this is going to be for Cal because this right here was one of the best oh shit moments of X-Men 97 for me, and I'm sure for Tim and everybody else. But this right here, okay? I don't know whose idea this was, but having Gambit charge up Wolverine's claws to go bounce off of Morph turning into the Blob and destroying that Sentinel was the best oh shit moment of X-Men 97 in the first couple episodes. I was stoked about this. Now, let me ask you this, Cal. Did you watch this when it went live, like the show? Are you watching it yourself?
Oh, yeah.
So what did you think about this scene when you saw this scene?
I thought it was so cool.
Ah, so cool.
Yeah, but I wondered, and they're like on fire or whatever that is. And someone else mentioned this too, that they expected that his hands, if he made contact with anything, his hands would explode from the.
No, I think because he has the strongest metal. You know what I mean? I think that he just kind of transferred his
he'd shake it off.
Yeah, right. So he transferred his kinetic energy to the claws, and it probably exploded in the Sentinel. But he just, he's Wolverine. He probably healed up and shook it off, right?
I couldn't get over it because first of all, Gambit and Wolverine they weren't like real buddies.
No,
and no, an unbelievable thing to see the two of them working together this closely. And I was like, that's what blew me away initially. It's like, Wolverine, and he's letting them get on his back.
Yeah.
Usually he would just look around and go, back off, Cajun. Or something. I loved it like yourself. I thought, this is very cool.
It is. And
the animation is stupid, but great.
Yeah.
Yeah, animation's amazing.
No, and it was so wild, right, Carl, that we're watching it on the big screen of the premiere because that was there. I mean, people went nuts.
Oh, it was stupid. It was dumb.
Yo, you want to know how dumb? I got to put a camera in my living room because I'm watching this by myself or with my daughter, and I get up like I'm watching a boxing fight, and I start going nuts. I start screaming at the TV like, oh, my God, what just happened? But seriously, the people over at Disney and Marvel – and obviously the new writers, obviously the consulting, writers from, the past X-Men shows and Eric and Julia and Larry and all them. I mean, they are doing such a phenomenal job. Scenes like that are so awesome. And there's a bunch of them in every episode. There's always a moment that you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. So that's really, really cool. Barb, what did you think about that scene right there? I know you're also a Gambit fan, Barb.
So, I mean, that was a great scene, but my favorite scene, I mean, it was sad, but it was like, whoa, like, I can't believe that just happened, was
talking about episode 5.
I was like,
oh, yes.
Yo, episode 5 had me shook for a full day.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
I'm still recovering.
Oh yeah.
When you guys read the script for that episode and you read the ending, like, what was your first reaction? Because that felt like it had similar vibes to like Avengers: Infinity War. The ending of that, I had the same that movie like I did in that episode. So I imagine reading the script for the first time had been like, oh, whoa, they really just went their moment.
I'll answer this first quickly, and then because I'm very curious to hear what Cal will say, but. Very simply, I didn't even know because I never got that script because I'm not in it. So I didn't even know. But I was warned before, they told me, and, AJ told me, voices Gambit. And so I knew it was coming. But I was just as curious as everybody else to see how it was going to go down and how it was going to happen.
That's interesting. So you only get what you're in.
Yeah,
mostly. And sometimes not, at least me, and not even like sometimes the full script. Depends. It's very secretive. Yeah.
With real quick interruption is I know that at the premiere was the first time that y'all saw each other. Was that the first time that you saw just the first episode? Are you still catching up with it, or were y'all able to see all of it at the premiere?
No, only 3. The first 3.
So you're still you're seeing this for the first time as well with us?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
man.
Oh, wow.
I don't know about Cal has
Cal has insiders. He's probably got season 2 already. Like it don't like he's got
So, that's very interesting. Cal, what about you? Did you know that the things were going to happen in different shows, or what did you? How do you see this?
No, and as a matter of fact, so we're in recording. I don't remember what episode. It's like a year ago now. And I went to turn. Meredith said, "Turn to page. Could you go to page 27?" And I go to the script, and I said, "I don't have it page 27." And she said, "Oh, so sorry, you're not supposed to see that." Oh, yeah, you're not supposed to see that. I went, "What?"
Wow.
Don't worry about it. You're not supposed to see that yet.
That is interesting. So you're just as surprised as we are. That is freaking interesting.
Yeah,
wow.
I agree with Guy because the first in Hollywood, first time we're seeing it, the whole anything.
The whole yeah.
So that was a surprise to me. The Wolverine and Gambit thing.
What a great spot though for those
because
two
there's
characters.
also there's some parts that we don't have anything to say, so they're not showing us what the animation is going to look like or those moments, so you're surprised watching it.
That's awesome. I could imagine. I would love to see you guys react off of yourself on the show, seeing it for the first time. I think that's super cool and interesting because I don't think anybody knew that. We assume as fans, you guys are watching the video and while you're trying to so that goes to show how hard it is to do voice acting. A lot of people, might think it's not as hard as regular acting, but you have to imagine the screen or the scene as you're reading it and then project those feelings to match what you're reading that's eventually going to be on screen. So that's very interesting. And kudos to you guys for that, because there's a lot of things that we saw already that for example, when Rogue was crying about Gambit, wow, I felt that moment,
remind Mr. Kennedy about that because we're still dealing with that.
Very interesting.
I would imagine that's partially why you guys don't get stuff outside of your scenes, because you would be able to imply certain things, and the act in the scenes that you are in might be altered based on your knowledge of what happens in the future.
That's true. That's true.
Well, that was always
if Rogue is doing that scene and Lenora knows what's going to happen, she's not going to be as in the moment as she possibly could be. I think that there's got to be
That's
some
true.
reason
That's
for that.
true. I didn't think about it that way either. That's true. That's very true.
For any movie fans out there, that's how Woody Allen always worked. He said every character just gets the script of the scene that they're in. And you go, why? You go, well, they only need to know what their character's saying. They don't need to know everything else. They're playing the character. That's it.
There's a saying that I've always... Go ahead, Cal. Go ahead.
I was watching again in Hollywood, and something funny or whatever, like Wolverine's line or something. The place would break into uproarious laughter and stuff. And I wanted to say, could you mind shutting up? I can't hear my line. I'm not hearing to begin with. And I just went, oh, great. What did I say there? And turned to my wife. What did I say?
That's awesome.
There were times there was hard because, there was so much screaming. People were going wild. You would lose the moment. There's that too, but it's...
And it was like being after a baseball game or before the baseball game, all the kids want autographs from the baseballs and stuff. When I got out of that theater, it was like running to try and get them. And before they didn't even have anything for me to sign with. I said, "Oh, have you got something I can sign this?" And my wife told me, saying, "Come on, let's go." I can't.
That's why you were there very early at the after party.
Nah, he was trying to get his first drink. That's what that was. Dude, that's awesome.
Funny Wolverine lines. How hard did you guys laugh at the whole apocalypse line when Jean was giving birth? That caught me off guard. It's spit my drink.
Very funny.
Well, I just sent that to you, Josh. If you want to bring it up real quick.
Same thing?
Yeah, the one that you just said. I literally just sent you that. So just pull that up real quick. So this is an interesting scene, and I started cracking up. Obviously, like Josh said, this is the moment where Jean starts going into labor, calls Logan.
That's hilarious.
Logan comes running, and go ahead, Cal. Why don't you finish the sentence for us?
He's coming. He's here. Who's here?
He said apocalypse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, "Who? Apocalypse." So very funny scene because Wolverine kind of cracks. He has no idea what he's talking about, and he says "Apocalypse" with his claws out, and obviously Gene's like the baby, right? And then there's this whole scene of them driving through in his Jeep, and this time Gene ripped the roof off of the Jeep versus
him ripping Cyclops.
Right. That, which is, by the way, my favorite line when he goes, "Tell Cyclops I ripped him a convertible."
Oh my god, I was gonna say that is like I've been ready for like in some interviews, people to ask me what's my favorite scene or part from the original.
That's it?
And literally that's the one.
That's my favorite scene. Yep. You remember that, Cal?
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Did he? At that scene that you just showed, because Gene says he's coming. No, he's here. And Wolverine's like, "Who? Where? Apocalypse? Where is he?" The claws popped. And
the baby.
Yeah, the baby. And Wolverine says, "Oh crap."
Yes. Yes. That scene was great. And you have a lot of people here in the comments live laughing. They said that moment's great. Jessica, who's Brazilian, she said earlier, the moment that Gene went into labor and Logan had that "oh crap" moment made me crackle. And then we got our friend Yomo. The scene was hilarious. I love the C-section voice line when Wolverine was threatening the doctor. That's another one too.
Yeah. I'm gonna have, what was that? He had to do a vasectomy.
Yeah.
What do you
C-section.
Thank you. C-section. Oh, I got your C-section. I'll show you a C-section.
Yeah. That was hilarious. I loved it.
I love that everybody keeps on referring to her as Gene, even though all of us know well and good it's not Gene.
I know.
But it's like that shows like how good the story is, the way that it like is written.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people like that, as you can see. Now, I want to talk about this too. Something that I absolutely love that the writers are doing and the showrunners are that they are paying homage not only to the classic 92 well, I don't want to say classic because it's not that old. Well, it is, right? 30 years, right? So the older X-Men series, right? And here you kind of have SunSpot trading places with Jubilee, paying homage to that original, intro. And I thought that was pretty interesting because SunSpot's kind of taking the role of Jubilee kind of when, 92 was out. So, Gui, talk to us about your role so far with being SunSpot and your relationship with Jubilee that got a little spicy towards the end of the last, episode. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, I'm so glad that I can now, share a little more because it's out there. People are asking me, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. Just wait and watch. And I wasn't even surprised. I asked Holly if, did you do a kiss sound for that? I was like, I don't know. I don't think I couldn't remember. I don't even remember there was a kiss. But anyway, no, it's just been just like what you said. I think it's so wonderful to, to be in that similar position, and that whole homage that they're doing and the way he's being introduced. It's just been really amazing to see. I obviously it was very excited when they put that part in the opening. I'm like, oh, he made his appearance, he's there, and I'm just waiting to now hopefully have him get something more in that intro. But yeah, it's just, again, it's just such an honor. It's been wonderful.
Dude, that's freaking awesome. Definitely pretty cool. And obviously, I think we all love the I forgot what number one, Mojo World. Yeah, and they paid homage to the Sega Genesis with the, what is it, Children of the Atom?
Yeah, Children of the Atom. Yeah. Nintendo, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I love that whole concept. I thought that was pretty cool. I sent you another one, Josh, of Wolverine and Jubilee. I don't know if you got it. And back to what I was saying, the writers and showrunners are paying homage to not only the X-Men 92, but they're bringing a lot of stuff from the comics. And here, speaking of that episode that I just spoke about, you see them paying homage to Days of Future Past. You see Jubilee and SunSpot, in place of Wolverine and was that Kitty Pryde? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So this is obviously an iconic cover to an iconic storyline, and they paid homage in this little Easter egg here. Now, Cal, I don't know. I don't know how much you're into the comic books. Probably not as much as we are. But this scene right here was very iconic, and it had you in the original comic book for this cover, so you could see the difference between that really popular comic book and the little spot that Gui had with Jubilee. Gui, what does that mean to you? Because this is a really iconic comic and it's very popular. It's one of the best storylines for the X-Men. But seeing this comparison here, what does that mean to you? Being in place of your hero, Cal Dodd here.
I know, like I said, surreal. That's the word's gonna be coming back all the time. It really is. It's just so wonderful to see. I'm always so overjoyed, and then when I keep learning about all these details, because there's so much detail in each episode, right? And I'm definitely not as versed as all of you guys, and I'm learning so much as I go, and but yeah, I feel very, very proud, and it's so cool,
dude. That's so awesome, man. So awesome.
Gui,
uh-huh.
Are you familiar with Isaac Bardavid?
Bardavid? No.
Voiceover guy that did Wolverine in Portuguese in Brazil.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because this guy Mateus Barros, I just answered about 10 questions that he sent me, and I answered them on camera and sent him back the thing. But part of the information he gave me was the Isaac Bardavid was a legendary Brazilian voice actor and the voice of Wolverine and a lot of other voices that he did.
Oh, there you go. Well, I have to say that I grew up watching a lot of the dubbed version when I was in Brazil, right? So that's probably the voice I heard too, but I didn't know his name. I didn't I didn't go. But and by the way, Mateus, and I'm so glad you brought it up, because I said, I'll mention it to him, because he reached out to me and it's like, I've been trying to get Cal to be a part of. I guess you now got in contact with him, but he has something that he wants you to be a part of in Brazil, this virtually in Brazil. So I'm glad you're connecting, because that would be awesome.
I did it, but I went and Googled and found Bardavid's voice doing Wolverine. It was like just it's my character. I'm very protective of Wolverine. So when I heard it was totally different, but a deep gravity Wolverine, it's like whatever. But a very impressive pipes that he had. He just died last year.
No, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, so he's being replaced. He's being replaced by Luis Firmota, Motta.
Firmota.
Luis Luiz and whatever, and he's doing Wolverine now.
I gotta go in. I mean, I'm curious now to go and listen to them.
Cal, you gotta learn Portuguese.
Yeah. But see, one thing, Cal, I might be in that show with Mateus, because I have to be honest. I did wish that I did the voice of Sunspot of Roberto in Portuguese in Brazil, but I came too late I forgot about anyway. But there's a wonderful Brazilian actor, Cadu, who I don't know personally, but he's a big voice actor in Brazil. So he's the one voicing Roberto, and I think he's gonna be in that show with. I don't know if we're gonna get to know each other. But I was like, I wish I had, but he's doing a wonderful job, and people in Brazil do their thing. But I hear you, I was like,
hey, Gui, I got a little challenge for you. I want you to say a line for Wolverine in Wolverine's voice, but in Portuguese.
Oh my god!
Wow.
But in Portuguese.
Do I go where I want to go?
Oh, that's perfect. That's
Say that
perfect.
Again? Which one?
I go where I want to go.
Oh, I go where I want to go. Eu vou onde eu quero ir.
Oh, okay. Okay. That
was really good.
Yeah, you practiced that before. No, that was actually pretty good. All right.
About to come out.
I like that.
Ooh, see, who knows? Who knows? So real quick, I want to touch base on this. Now, this is talking about, again, the writers and stuff paying homage to the comic books. Now, this was actually from the new X-Men 117. And guys, shout out to the Power of X-Men, our friends, because if you're not following them on Instagram, they are so into the Easter eggs and stuff, and they're good friends of ours. But this scene was pretty.
Those guys are amazing. I love
They
them.
are. They are. They're pretty on point with the Easter eggs and comparing them to the comic books. Again, friends of ours of here on ToyQuest101. So shout out to them. But this line in particular, or this spot in particular, both in the comic and in the cartoon, Jean obviously is, you know, in her mind, she's feeling lonely. She goes and kisses Wolverine, and of course, Wolverine, as much as it pains him to say to want that, he walks away from her and says, obviously, this is never going to work out. So, Cal, when you saw this particular line, what were you thinking, and what went through your head when you did this particular line for this spot?
Which line? Because I don't think I said that. It would
So
No,
this
but
is
it's not word for word. It's the same. It's the same idea. You said
Yeah.
and then you walked away.
It was some.
He
It was.
said you're
She told-
Jean Grey and he's Scott Summers.
Yeah.
And that's how it's always gonna be. Like
Yeah.
oh damn, okay, Ashley, okay,
That's knows some shit, man.
Encyclopedia over here. Wow.
yeah. I obviously I didn't quote it because I didn't write it down, but when you saw that go across your hands in the paper, what did you think about that scene, knowing that Wolverine really wants to be with Jean and he was the one to put his foot down and be like, it's never gonna happen?
It confused me. You're Jean Grey, he's Scott Summers, and that's the way it's gonna be. And he was still peed off that she would do that in a moment, like almost like teasing him, sort of, and he just walks away, obviously like brokenhearted again, but he didn't want to show it to her because he cares too much about her to even let her know that she's hurt him again.
Yeah.
Medell, Andrew's got a question for Cal that's in the range of what we're talking about here.
Go ahead, shoot.
I mean, technically, it's for either of you. Just kind of going off of what you were saying, Miguel, with them referencing the comics, bringing stuff in from the comics. Now, like Miguel said, I'm not sure how versed you guys are with some of the comics, but I know, like with episode 5, there was a lot of like influence for E for Extinction. There's references in the original series from a bunch of famous storylines, like bringing in Apocalypse and things like that. Is there a particular like favorite or famous storyline from the comics that you would hope to see brought to the animated sphere?
I don't want to know anything. No, seriously, I don't want to know what's going to happen or what they might decide to take.
So you want it to be a surprise, like everybody else, kind of.
Yeah, I don't want to know that stuff ahead of time.
Okay.
So
okay.
I can react the way I would, when it happens. I would react the way it would happen in real life. Like, holy shit.
Yeah. What about you, Guy? Is there like a particular storyline you think you would want to see that?
I mean, I don't know if the particular storyline, but it was so interesting because there was a moment that when I was recording that I was sent a lot of the New Mutant comics to read and stuff, and they wanted me to get an idea and stuff like that. So I went through it all, and there's a scene. It was one of my favorite scenes with Deathbird. Right. And I was like, I love that scene. And it's so funny. Roberto's narrating what's happening. And she comes on and like chops the head of this other bird's head. And then he goes and is like, oh my God. And she was so this and that. And he's like, so kind of in love with her. He's like, and then she went and kissed me. And then she slapped me. And then she kissed me again. and then like I was laughing so hard. And then he quotes like 3 Julia Roberts movies. It's like, wow. So I was like, that was so cool. And I was like, and then because I did get the script of episode 6, so this week I go out and watch it and it's Deathbird. I'm like, oh my God, Deathbird is there.
That's awesome. And that was a really good episode too.
That was
a great episode. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ashlyn, do you have a question?
Yeah. For either of you, just how do you guys feel about the cultural impact of X-Men 97 and how that has stood the test of time as far as going from 92 to 97?
That's a really good question. Who wants to get it first?
Cal? I'm curious to hear Cal. Go ahead.
I didn't hear the first half, Ashlyn.
So the cultural impact of X-Men, just from back when you guys recorded it all the way back, for 92, and then the same like cultural impacts that we're having now with X-Men 97, kind of dealing with the same issues or new issues in the cultural impact of the show with that.
Yeah, in 92, and we never knew from year to year if it was going to be renewed. And they never told us anything. And we had to say, okay, yep, they tell us at the last instant, okay, we're going ahead. They want a season 2, season 3. And there's a great story that Eric Lewald tells of the fan mail that Fox Network was receiving for the characters in the show that we were never told about. They went into this room, Eric and Julian, and it was full of letters to people, the voice actors.
Wow.
That they didn't show us, because maybe they have to pay us more money or something. But it was like we never saw those letters. And I had a guy come up to my con in Virginia last week, and he was like, I was one of those kids, and I wonder why wouldn't they answer my letter and stuff. We weren't even aware that there were any of those letters. But so there was no big hoopla really, except after we finished season 3, we went, this is huge. And from the moment I saw the first episode in 92 in Halloween night, first time we'd done 10 episodes, and this is the first time I'm actually seeing my character animated, which really helped me in doing the voice, because I loved him. When I saw Wolverine the first time, after doing 10 episodes, I saw him say, got bit by a dog too. Like, what? What? I love this dude. And
so Cal, so real quick, so just to piggyback off what she said, do you think that those letters were from a lot of people who resonated with some of the things that happened? I know last time you were on a show, you said one of your favorite shows was with Nightcrawler because it had to do like with his religion and stuff. So as far as the cultural aspect, like some of the things that were happening that you guys were touching on the show, what's the biggest difference, or is there similarities between X-Men 92 and now X-Men 97, where they're talking about those impacts, that are happening in the world that you guys kind of touch on in there, whether it's race, culture, anything like that?
Yeah, we were ahead of ourselves back in 92. They were ahead of themselves, the writers and stuff, because it still holds true today, those episodes with the things they were touching on, like bullies and freedom of speech, freedom of people, and it was like, this is not one of those, this isn't a Bugs Bunny cartoon. This was like serious, and even us doing the voices, like, wow, this is really unbelievable. Now the stuff 97 now, this is like, yikes.
That's my favorite thing about this.
They turned it up about 500 degrees. Yeah. What? Well, because I go into the studio and I go into the studio and like after about episode number 6, I said, I'm reading my script, which I'd already read, but I'm now talking to LA and I'm in Toronto, and up comes like whether it's Sunspot. He said, "Who is this? Who is this person? Where did this person come from?" There was like 2 or 3 different people every episode I went to do. Was like, it's getting crowded in here, bub. Who's this sunburn guy? And so it's like, it's 100 times more popular because the base is there. They have a good base to work with, and it is just, they've taken it and just put it. It's stupid. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's like a movie. It's like, when I first Wolverine, my first ADR, first time I'd ever seen the new Wolverine Disney animation, I was doing an ADR because I didn't say back. I said, "Back off, bub," and they animated it as if I said, "Back off, bub." So I have to, ADR. So I had to like replace it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, my heart was beating fast because he was coming on the screen, and it was like, wow, you look good. He looked like a real, guy.
Yeah.
Arm animation stuff.
All right.
I got a quick question for you. And this is probably to help Andrew out. Do either one of you guys have any future con appearances? Because Andrew has a very nice art piece in between them where he's trying to get all the signatures from all the X-Men cast.
I know.
Potentially see you guys because it'd be great to meet you guys in person. Cal, I know you're very active at Comic-Cons, but do you see SunSpot having a spot at a Comic-Con anytime soon?
Are any of you guys gonna be in the future? Whether you are gonna be in Orlando or anywhere in Florida or New York?
I hope I am. I don't know yet about Orlando, Florida, or
Okay.
New York. I truly hope that I do. My first appearance is going to be in May 19th here locally to Los Angeles in Ontario, California for the Comic-Con Revolution. And there's a few of us joining, so I'm very, very excited. It's going to be my very first one. And then I might be doing Virginia, Fairfax, and I think that's about all I know as of now. But I hope we get to go to Comic-Con San Diego. I've never been. I don't know.
That'd be fantastic to meet you, man.
Where in Virginia, Guy?
Fairfax.
Fairfax. When is that?
August.
Okay, so it's not Roanoke.
Don't know.
Because there's a big one in Roanoke in August. That's where I was last week and a half ago. It was in Virginia, but a smaller thing.
Man, I'm about to be y'all managers and send you everywhere.
hope we're on one together, Cal. I really hope that
Listen,
happens.
y'all both could come to New York Comic Con. How about that? We're gonna be all in New York Comic Con, so hopefully we'll see you there.
That'd be awesome.
So real quick,
Cal's gonna be at Chicago next next weekend,
C2E2,
right?
right?
C2E2, right, Cal?
Yep.
Pardon?
Cal, you're gonna be at C2E2 in Chicago?
Who's talking?
Ron.
Yes,
Okay, good. I'll see you there, man.
Yeah.
Great.
All right.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
So real quick, before I continue to my next thing, Mr. Kennedy, do you have a question? Just in case.
No.
You good?
You
Okay.
answered it with the Wolverine gene.
All right.
Yeah,
Harv, how about
wait,
you?
actually, no. I do
Wait.
have one question.
Go ahead, shoot.
I'm not really into the whole. I don't understand the whole process. But are you guys stuck to the script, or are you guys able to ad lib or riff if you feel like
That's a
something
good
doesn't
question.
Good question.
I would. No, I wouldn't ad lib with these scripts. I'm lost half the time. But
Don't change anything, Cal. You're doing great.
The ad libs were very minimal, if at all, in '92 to '97, and stuff like I would say, like Muppet back off, Bub, and back off, and out of the way, Cajun. And when I couldn't say A, I didn't do anything. Just like they told me. No, I wouldn't be ad libbing anything on this '97 X-Men stuff.
What about you, Guy? Have you been able to do that?
I mean, only no ad libbing or anything like that. The script is the king and queen, and it's only like a couple of times with the Brazilian expressions that most of them were really spot on. I was, I had a talk with a Brazilian channel this week, and so they were asking me, and I'm like, no, and most of it was in the script. There was only a couple that for instance, the word mother that he uses, there's two different, well, just like here you can say mother or mom, but they had written in a way that it was very childish. And so I just, in the beginning they were telling me we want this to not be, it's not like a children's thing, right? So they wanted to be a little bit more mature. So I was like, look, I think this would be a better way to say this word. And that was the main one. But I think all the other expressions, I can't remember. There might have been one or two that they went with something else, because I was like, oh, can I say this? And they would let me. And then it's like, what's the translation for it? So then they would pick later on, but that's about it. I mean, the rest is just so tight, like Kyle said. Everything is so specific that no time for that.
Gotcha. Okay. Real quick, I wanna put Andrew on the big screen so you guys could see that piece that he was talking about. So this is everything he's gotten signed so far. And who are you missing on here?
Right now, I'm missing Cal Dodd is the big one, but
wait, did you meet Guy already?
Well, I mean, I was gonna say I need to get Guy as well, but as far as for like the OG cast, the big one I'm missing right now is Cal.
That's a really awesome poster.
I've got so many. I've got the original Gambit down here, well over here. Rogue up here. We've got even up here is like Mr. Sinister and Beast and everybody. And then for the new cast, I did white instead of black. So we have the new Professor X and the new Cyclops. So Gui, I definitely want to get you on it if I see you at a con, because I'm trying to get everybody. So I just wanted to show you guys because like everybody else here, big fan of you guys. Really loving what you're doing, especially with the new show. And I hope to meet you in person and tell you that because we love it. We absolutely love it.
That's awesome, dude. That's really awesome. Now, real quick, I got somebody wanting you to stand up to show off your shirt. Oh man, hey, that is dope. So we're also gonna be giving one away, right, Gui? Are we still doing that?
Yeah.
Oh,
The one in green.
All right, that's really good. So this is what I'm gonna do now. Okay, real quick, Josh. I'm going to bring up one more screenshot, and then I'm going to go ahead and start running people for the contest. But, Josh, bring up that last picture I sent you because I know you're going to be busy, with the duck race. Show me what – I don't even know. I don't even remember what I sent you. Let's see.
This one.
Oh yes. Yes. So, Cal, when you saw this scene, Cal, what was going through your head when, SunSpot thought you weren't a real person in the danger room?
Oh, I just love this. When I saw this, I love this. This is like the old Wolverine.
Yeah.
And it was just like whatever. I forget his line, whatever he said here. Something about
enough for you.
Yeah. It's just
no way to talk to a ladybug or something like that.
Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, I just loved it. I thought, oh good, they're not going far astray on his sense of humor, which half the time he's not even aware he's being funny. I think he's just inherently has great tough lines. Just close enough for you. Is this whatever there was? I can't remember.
Yeah. Dude, this was such an awesome scene. And we did a little promo video with Gui, but Gui, tell me what your thoughts were with this, because this was a really funny spot for Wolverine. One of my favorite spots for Wolverine. And what were your thoughts knowing that one of your favorite X-Men is about to chop your head off?
No, I mean it was a blast. It was so wonderful. I was so excited to have that exchange, kind of like early on, right? It was amazing. I can't remember if I did the ADR to the picture. I don't know now. I can't remember, but yeah, I think maybe not even. I don't know, because I would have remembered that for sure. Then I was so surprised when I watched the premiere, and it was amazing.
That's freaking awesome.
That's really cool that they're letting you guys use your faces for the expressions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is really cool too. Yeah, for sure. And talk to us a little bit about that, Gui, real quick. But before we answer that question about the whole facial expression stuff, I want everybody in the chats right now, while Josh works on getting the duck race ready, hashtag xmen97 to get your duck for the duck race to see who wins this shirt. Everybody on the panel can go ahead and be entered as well, except me. I don't want to take that from anybody, but everybody in the panel and anybody in the chats who wants to put xmen97, just do it once, please. Yo-mo, once. But real quick, Gui, talk to us about that. Real quick, Tim, so what are they doing with the technology now with the facial expression?
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to know too. I mean, I'm not doing like motion capture where they're getting,
Oh, I thought you were.
They're not. I thought that's what you said when you said that.
Oh no. I meant to like do the ADR, the replacement where I can see the the animatics and I can
so they let you physically see what's happening. So you can...
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, I misunderstood you too. No, you're okay. You're okay.
Too. I thought they were filming your face.
We ain't like. I mean, if they do the video game version, then we get brought in to do the, that'd be awesome. We'll do that.
So cool. let me ask Barb, you have any questions for our panel? She's over there like, I've been thinking about something.
I don't have any questions, but I'm admiring this so much. And, I did not grow up reading the comics, coming from a Latin family. My parents are Cuban. we didn't read comic books. They didn't take me to comic book shops, but I grew up watching, the X-Men. And when I met my husband, we were 15 years old, and he did read comics. So that's actually one thing that we, for many years, we've been together for like 27 years. And that's something that we, do together. We collect, X-Men stuff and statues and, and now it's so fun because now we get to sit down and actually watch, X-Men, because we did rewatch the series together, but it's like new. This is new, so we could do this together. Wow. So I'm admiring this, and it's very fun, and I'm super happy. Like this is like awesome. Out of this world.
And one of the nicest moments about Comic Cons, Gui, and you'll find. I said, "Oh, by the way, I just want to do this for you, Gui." Hey, Gui.
Yeah.
Tell Cyclops I made him a convertible.
That's awesome, guys. That's really awesome. But like Barb was saying too, us as fans, this is really incredible. So we really appreciate you guys coming onto the show, talking with us. I know you guys are booked with so many podcasts and so many Comic Cons and all this stuff, and obviously the chats as well appreciate it. Sean, real quick, what questions do you have? So Sean, I introduced Cal to Sean because Sean actually is an artist, Gui, for you that might not know, and he did this amazing picture of Wolverine, which is freaking awesome. And I had to tell Cal, I was like, Cal, you got to come and see this. You got to come and see this. So Sean, I know you got some questions for Cal, but you got anything you want to tell him now?
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. Yeah, just that. Looking forward to see you in Chicago, Cal. And
when I signed your painting.
Yes.
I have never been as nervous in my life, John.
Oh,
this is stunning. This is a stunning painting.
Oh, you've
brilliant painting.
Can you post that on Instagram or something? I can see it.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. We actually did a whole review on it and everything.
It's the stunning painting I've ever seen of Wolverine, and he's running sideways, and the emotion is pouring. I can't believe that. I can believe it's Sean because I went over to his place just to make sure, to make sure that he was really an artist that drew this. But he's got, and the face is just perfect, and he's going sideways, and he's running obviously, and it's like, to me, it's all his emotions and anger and stuff are pouring out of him, and it's flowing behind him. And it's a stunning.
Thank you, Kat. Thank you. Wow, I'm getting choked up. Thank you very much.
Let me see if Barb, I send it to you on Messenger. I don't know if you can pull it up for me, Barb.
That would be wonderful.
Because Sean or Andrew is busy doing something. But real quick,
thank you so much.
I got somebody here who wants to say hi. Get down.
Liliana.
Hey. He's right there. Look. And that's
my girlfriend. Leave her alone.
See you go.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, Liliana.
I got it.
Hi.
Hi.
And Barbie.
Hi.
Barbie.
Tell her she's got to catch up. She's got to catch up with X-Men 97, but she says she misses you and your wife, and she says thank you for being on the show and pleasure meeting you, Gui.
Oh, such a pleasure. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Ileana, you're still swimming, right? Doing good?
Yeah.
Keep it up. It's a great sport.
Thank
It
you.
really is.
You got it.
All right, say bye.
You get to bed, young lady.
Bye, guys.
All right, let me see if watch the cable, please. Let me see if I got a whole cable like running down here to make sure my internet doesn't go out. Here we go. Here you go.
Oh my
God! Yeah.
Wow.
So you see the painting. I don't know if I can't. I don't know if you could zoom in or not, but
look at it. That's after the sideshow statue.
Oh no, it doesn't let me zoom in.
it's okay. It's okay. But you can see it, right?
I can see it.
Right?
Yeah.
That was this
Wow.
past
Yeah,
October.
that
in
one
New York
forever now that he
Comic-Con.
signed it.
Yeah, I'll send you a better picture of it, Gui,
That's
on
amazing.
Instagram.
Thank you.
But this was a really cool moment because first off, Sean didn't know I was gonna do this. I was like, huge surprise. Yeah.
Crazy.
And his parents were there, so it's kind of like a real like proud moment for his parents to actually meet somebody who he drew a character of based on them.
Wow.
So Cal,
so Cal showed up at
the booth, yeah. So we were at New York, and Cal was at another booth, and I dragged him over to come see this. And he took pictures with Sean, and he saw the painting, and that painting was actually a commission. Sean, talk to us a little bit about that painting. It was a commission, right?
Yeah, so that was a commission that I finished literally 2 or 3 days before New York Comic Con. The paint was still wet on that thing. I got it finished just before the convention. And funny story, so yeah, thanks to Miguel, who was very nice enough to introduce me, I got to meet Cal. Got my X-Men DVD signed from him. Incredible guy. He was nice enough to come over, take some great pictures with me, as you can see. I was trying to go for, I was scared of the claws, but I think my smile, my joy from the moment was kind of overpowering.
Yeah, well, you should have had to. You should have seen me trying to sign this beautiful piece of art and I had a silver marker.
Yeah.
Which looked brilliant, but and it's happened before on this $2,000+ piece of art. I'm writing like my Wolverine autograph, hoping that the pen doesn't do that. When it blops, it's like,
yeah.
Hey, nightmare. I'm just going like, oh shit. Going like,
with all that paint splatter, it would have blended right in. It would have been fine.
Yeah,
that's funny. It was a really cool moment, and he sells these prints, guys. So obviously, you guys know, if you've been with us for a while, hit me up, hit Sean up if you want to get a print, or just check him out at a Comic-Con. He'll be at C2E2 next, right?
John, you know what this means, right? You got to make a SunSpot.
I was just saying.
You gotta make a SunSpot. You have to.
Absolutely. Listen, Gui, we'll be in touch, and of course, any conventions that we're both at, I'll listen. I'll get started. I gotta do a companion piece for this. I gotta do a Deadpool first. That's coming down the line.
Yes.
But I'm working. I'm working my way through a whole bunch of X-Men stuff.
That's freaking awesome.
Cannot wait. I hope that happens.
Deadpool.
Sean, I think now that I just saw your artwork, I met you in Connecticut at the con over there last year.
Oh, really? Connecticut would either be
pieces off you.
Terrificon or CT GamerCon.
It was Terrificon.
Okay. Yep.
Nice. You did a Sonic and Knuckles and
Oh wow, Small
and
World.
Silver Surfer, I think.
Oh, very cool, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. Yeah, Connecticut's got Terrificon's a great show. I'm there every year.
Well, do some more X-Men stuff, because I'll buy some more X-Men stuff, please.
Are you a fan? I can't tell.
I'm a fan. I like it a little bit.
So let me ask another question while we still get, guys, again, hashtag xmen97 if you didn't already, to see if you could win this amazing autograph SunSpot shirt.
We're at 27 so far in the buck race.
How many?
27.
Okay, perfect. So now, Cal, this question's for both of you guys. So I know I went and surprised Cal with Ileana in, I believe it was Connecticut, and I was with his wife, who I absolutely love, amazing person, and we were walking around looking at the vendors, and she found an old X-Men or old Wolverine figure. I think it was about 12 inches that had Cal's recordings in it when you press the button.
Yeah.
And me and her were talking a lot about like how there were so many different toys and stuff for X-Men 92. Now we have X-Men 97. There's a bunch of cool new things, whether it's statues, which Andrew knows because he bought a bunch. Tim probably bought a couple. I know Kennedy bought a couple. But there's so many statues now and figures. And have you seen some of the new things, and how do you feel, Cal, that you have now not only representing Wolverine on a show, but now there's more toys being made after you? He's like, I don't know.
I haven't seen any of the toys yet.
Well, a lot of people bring you stuff to the con too, because I brought you something to sign. Remember that?
Yeah, but most of them bring whether it's not a pop, but some of the smaller toys.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen a lot of just I see a lot of the stuff that I'm signing, which are like just the X-Men 97 Wolverine in a little thing like this, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I don't see a lot of the new stuff yet. I see a lot.
I'm gonna have to bring you a bunch so you can see them, so I can give them to you. Every time I see Cal, I bring him some things. I'm like, here.
I wish mine were so heavy. I'd bring them to show you.
Yeah, there you go. We're gonna bring them to you. Guy, you just recently went on a Target run because you had a exclusive Target pop figure. Oh wait, let me hold on.
Hey.
Let me
Is that out already? Is that out already?
Yes.
Yeah, it's out. Yep.
Oh, that's so cool.
That is so cool.
Video game version.
So how does that make you feel, man? Now you got pops.
I know. I'm like I'm so excited to see Roberto. I mean, it makes me feel so excited.
Well, you're going to be seeing a lot of those, bub.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
yes.
Sign.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm learning. I'm learning about the special pen. Like people are teaching me here, Cal.
Special pens, plural.
Yeah.
Pens.
You gotta have more than one, different colors, right?
Oh yeah.
No,
That's
but I
freaking
was.
awesome.
I went. A friend of mine that I met at the premiere and then at WonderCon and stuff like that. And JT was like, "Oh, I found them." And he takes a photo, stacks five of them. Like, do you want me to get it for you? He's like, "Oh yeah, that'd be great." And then he's like, "Oh, I can't because this is only going to go on sale on Sunday. This was like on a Friday. It's like they messed up the whatever, so I can't take them." It's like, that's all right. It's all right. I'll go to the Target. I'll get it. And I went to Target and I couldn't find it. And I was so upset. And then somebody finally told me, go on the app. I was like, oh, that changed my life. I went on the app. The app doesn't, tells you which store has it. You buy it online and you can just go and pick it up. So I did
That's
that.
freaking awesome. That's pretty cool though, man. And there's a lot of figures now. Obviously, there's other things that are coming out for different companies, but I want to show this.
The hot toy.
Miguel.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't not say this, but one of the newest, not new, it was out last Christmas. So like how many months ago is that? I don't know, 6 months,
Right?
4 months and stuff. But it was a new Wolverine pop, like the same size as the SunSpot, the
Funko.
Yeah.
Same size, but it's a small Wolverine in there. But it says, that from the Christmas Story, whatever, bah humbug.
Yeah, the Christmas version of Wolverine.
The Christmas Wolverine, and he's inside, and on his belt buckle it says bah humbug.
Oh, that's awesome.
Bah humbug. I laughed.
Bah humbug.
I just thought that is so cool.
Dude, that's pretty cool.
Humbug.
So let me show you guys this real quick. So you see there's companies like Iron Studios.
Oh, wow.
So this is an actual statue. It's not a toy, but just so you can see, they have a lot of different characters like Wolverine or Logan in this case. This is the Logan. But this is pretty cool. But you're gonna start seeing more SunSpot now, which is gonna be really exciting.
Miguel, I'm trying to find the show Cal the Mondo one where he's laying down looking at the photo.
Oh no, he signed it for me. Remember? He knows that. I brought it to him, and he's like, "What is this?" Everybody was staring at us because it's that iconic, scene where he's laying down. And then look at so you guys could see. Look at that collection back there, man. All that X-Men.
Wow.
So I had to put you on the spot, bro.
That's just the back wall too.
That's just one part.
That's behind me.
Yeah. That's
You
freaking
gotta
awesome.
remember, like I put that behind me. There's the whole room is so.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's
Cal, this
freaking-
is all your fault, Cal. I think I have 36 Wolverine statues.
Wow.
Damn.
Was I in Connecticut last year? Was I in Connecticut last year at Terrificon?
I don't know. I didn't see you.
I don't.
I've been there.
Going from memory, I don't believe
Well,
so. I
go,
could be
go this
mistaken.
year. I would love to see. I'll be back this year. If you're going to be there, Sean, I'll bump into you again.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a great show. Highly recommended. Terrificon's
Yeah, I'll be
great.
there.
When is that?
See you there. Terrificon, usually in the summer. Give me 2 seconds. I can tell
August?
you when it's coming up. Yeah, I want to say Terrificon is August 16th to the 18th this year, and it's usually around that same time every year. Yeah, Mohegan Sun. So if If you do well at the convention, Guy, hit the tables and see if you can double your money.
There you go.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Look at that Wolverine, Cal.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, he saw it there. All right, that's cool, man. That's really cool.
That
I'm
is
trying to get Barb to show her computer. We're trying to figure that out now.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out.
So, Barb, does your husband still read comic books? Does he still get the comic books?
He doesn't read anymore. I mean, we barely have time. Like, we have 4 kids, and we're actually going to be grandparents soon. And we still have our youngest is still in high school. Right now, they're in Texas. They have some robotics competition that they're in, her and the third oldest. So he doesn't have time to read, but he still collects, like, certain, he has read a lot of them. So he'll collect, like, a specific issue, and, he already read that back in the day. So, and he's got a very good memory. He doesn't forget any of it.
Because it blows me away. Every fan that comes up who's an avid comic book reader, or it doesn't matter, but they've all obviously very huge X-Men fans, which they all are, and huge Wolverine fans. And they say, this is like they say, when I read the comic book, it's your voice I hear.
Yes.
Yep. What kind of a feeling is that? To know that I'm sitting here and someone's reading a comic book and they're hearing my voice in their head.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the only reason I ever read a comic book was because of you.
Oh, there you go.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, like similar to Barb's story, like my parents weren't super thrilled with me reading.
Oh wow!
And it's free.
Yeah, it is. So check this out. This is Cal. I don't know if you see this. This is Barb's computer she just did. Guy, look at it. It's all X-Men. It has little screens and it's showing the little X-Men scenes from it.
Damn.
The intro. I mean, this is crazy nice.
This is crazy.
Barb,
Right?
you built this?
So yeah, I built it with my oldest son. He likes to build computers.
Holy
I'm
crap.
a little like tech savvy. Like, I know everything I need to get, like motherboard, RAM, like the processor, all that stuff. My issue is all the cabling.
This is a level beyond tech savvy.
Yeah, that's what I said.
This is a bit above that.
Well, I can't take all the credit because he did help me build it. Like, I know where everything goes. It's just, putting the cables where they need to go, and then, doing the cable management at the end.
That's insane.
And but we did do it together, and I picked the case. I picked all the hardware that's in there. And, it's cool because I could change it to whatever I want. And, even when we watched that X-Men episode where Gambit dies, we were like, you know what? That's going on my PC. So if you see that fan right there, that's actually playing out that scene right there. And then we have the intro there. The complete intro plays out on that little LCD screen. And then we have here, which is one of my favorite scenes, is where Cyclops is, going, like, falling down, and he throws his, like, he has his beam, right? And he just, like, falls, like, into the floor with his beam, like.
Oh, the superhero pose?
Yeah. That one.
Superhero landing.
From the air, and he just, like, faces down, and he throws his beam, so he's like, it catches it, like he lands on the floor. And then I have my favorite scene from the Wolverine Origins movie, where you got Hugh Jackman coming out of the tank, and everybody's favorite scene of Rogue with Apocalypse.
So funny.
Yo, wait, time out. I got it. This is funny as hell. Read this out loud, Barb, please.
If the hard drive label on that PC isn't named Cerebro.
Oh yeah.
You better put Cerebro on that. That is so true. I love you, Steve, for that. That is funny as hell. Oh my god. That's easy. All right, guys, let's run this duck race, guys. So real quick, before I do, one more time, let's show off this shirt.
Yeah.
All right. So Guy was nice enough, guys, to do a giveaway for the shirt. Check this out. I love it.
Awesome.
Oh man.
All right. And we are going to do our famous duck race. Cal Dodd is like, what are you guys talking about? You'll see in a second. So, Cal, this is the way I do my giveaways. We put everybody in the chats who wants to participate gets their own duck. So we're about to pull it up now, and we're gonna do this duck race. Are you okay, Josh, with that?
Yeah, no. Can I just ask one quick question? It just popped in for Cal.
Oh yeah, ask your question. Go ahead.
you two are the only two in existence to ever portray this character. Have you got a chance to meet Hugh Jackman? Because that would be a cool interaction. Do you two?
Man.
Oh yeah, and it's a great story.
Do tell.
He was in Toronto shooting for his very first attempt at the X-Men in the year 2000. So the only reference for people for Wolverine's voice was my voice for the animated series from 92 to 97. So he was in Toronto. He had arrived that day to prepare and to start shooting the first X-Men movie, portraying Wolverine for his first time. So they wanted the two Wolverines to meet. He was told when he was working out for the role, they said, we think that you should probably listen to the animated series and listen to Cal Dodd's voice, because that's the only voice that people have in their heads what they think Wolverine should sound like. And so maybe if you could get somewhere near that, or you know, just get what he's doing, not the exact voice, but whatever. So they were at this sushi wine and cheese party. I'm just running around looking for beer, but it was wine. And in walks him coming, and sort of, because I didn't know what he looked like or anything, but they said that's Hugh. I said, so they came up and there's a gentleman there to introduce. They said, Hugh, we'd like you to meet our Wolverine. We'd like the two Wolverines to meet. So this is Cal Dodd, our Wolverine from 92 to 97. He said, I know him, mate. And he said, and this is Hugh Jackman. And I said, congratulations, Hugh, and all the best. And he said, it's a pleasure to meet you, mate, but I'm sick and tired of listening to your voice. I said, what? Pardon? He said, it's a great pleasure, but I'm sick and tired of listening to your voice. He said, I got an awful lot to do with like the acting and the fighting and the, you know, being on camera and doing all that stuff. He said, it's a great voice. He said, don't get me wrong, but mate, but I'm sick and tired of listening to it. I said, okay, that's really great. So, and we talked about nothing for about 2 minutes, and then he said he had to go and just called away. He took his hand again, and he leaves. And so as he walked away, and he's walking away, I stopped him in Wolverine's voice and said, "Hey, Hugh." He said, "Yeah, mate. Don't mess this up, bub."
Nice. Let's go.
All right, mate. Done. Don't mess this up, bub.
That's hilarious.
He's a great guy. And now when he does his one-man show, he's such a great guy. And he does his one-man singing show and stuff. But people obviously want to talk about his Wolverine, 10 years of the Wolverine movies and stuff. And so he takes like 5 to 10 minutes and takes questions from the audience and stuff. And at the end of it, he always says, and hats off to the original Wolverine Cal Dodd.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's classy. Very nice.
Very classy touch.
So there you go, Josh.
Really funny because Andrew said a few minutes ago, he's like, he leaned into me, and I'm a huge Batman fan, and so when we were talking about your voice being the voice that everyone hears, he's like, he's kind of like everyone's Kevin Conroy, with how Kevin Conroy is the voice that everyone hears for Batman.
Yeah, I've heard that many, many times, Ashlyn, from a lot of fans. Yeah. About 2 months before he died, I replaced him because he was feeling ill. No one realized at the time how ill he was to do it. Arkansas. He was supposed to be in Arkansas, and he was the headliner, obviously. And so he wanted me to replace him. And so I went in his place, in his stead, and did the con. And then the next time I saw him, about 2 months later, and we were in Austin, Texas, and he looked very pale, but he was like there working and doing this thing. And so I desperately wanted to meet him. So I went into his room, and this cameraman came with me. And I walked in, because he's of Irish heritage, and I was born in Dublin. So I walked in and I started, "Oh, Danny boy, the pipes." He joined me like, "From Glen to Glen and down," in Batman voice, like mountainside.
That's awesome.
Like, sang like a bunch of Irish mix and sat down and just blabbed and talked. And I left, and within a month he had died. And it's such, I get that all the time from fans. You are to Wolverine what Kevin Conroy it was to Batman.
Oh, that's awesome.
Iconic characters.
That's awesome. That's a good story.
I got the pleasure of meeting him. I got to meet him and actually got to have a comic signed by him when he was at Metacon, and I think that was maybe 6 months or less before he passed, so
Wow.
I actually got the chance to meet him, and he was like my childhood hero and everything like that. So, but I thought that was such a huge compliment that Andrew made to you, so I wanted to share that with you.
That's awesome.
Thank you. And
That's
I had a great. We had our picture taken that day after we finished singing, and it's just a great picture I cherish because he's such a super gentleman and scholar.
That's awesome. Yeah, man. We all miss him for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Let's pull up this duck race real quick. We're about to end our show soon, guys. We're a little bit over. We're gonna end it probably another 10 minutes. Let's check out this duck race. So let's put it on for let's do a minute.
All right.
So
The duck race.
okay, let's set it up. All right, so guys, here we have all the entries into the duck race. As you can see, there's a ton of ducks here. They're all dressed up. There's probably a Batman one in there too somewhere. But the ducks are going to determine who wins this amazing shirt. Are we ready? Is the panel ready?
What is going on?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Let's go.
Panel ready.
All right, let's go.
Audience
Famous
ready.
duck race. And they're off. Here we go. All right, we got retroactive coming in on the bottom. That's Carlos Sabrina Scott taking the lead at the number 11.
I don't even see
There goes AJ.
I didn't know we were in this too. Oh wow.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Oh wait, you put me in? Oh,
Yes, we got Lumi in there, Justin McFly. We got Mike in here. Oh man, this is a tough. Renz is in here somewhere. Oh man, here we go. We got 30 seconds
Oh, there I
left.
am. There I am.
He says, "On and here it comes, running up the backstretch."
All right,
Sean is
so
like,
pick up
Come
and
on, baby.
I know.
Come on, baby.
no more gas.
Let's go.
I'm
No,
picking
Barbie.
up. No.
Oh, here it is. Last
I
18
know,
seconds.
Justin McFly.
Come on, McCoy.
Come on,
Let me
Barbie.
get that last-
Come on,
that
McCoy.
last ride.
I'm rooting for Luma.
Oh, look at Barbie. Barbie's coming.
Come on, Barbie.
No.
Oh, Steve. Steve. Is it Steve?
It's Steve.
Oh, it's Steve. Let's go.
That's too good.
Oh man, Steve.
Amazing.
Congrats, Steve.
I'm so happy. Listen, so
What just
Steve,
happened?
Steve Nara.
what happened, Kyle?
Yeah, what just happened?
Kyle, we just hold on.
What am I missing?
So okay, so what we did, hold on, let me remove this from the screen real quick. Hold on, because I'm dying laughing because
Oh, we love
right.
you. We love you, Kyle.
so Guy is giving away a shirt for the people in the audience. There's a live chat that we have going on.
Yeah.
And I put all their names, or Josh put all their names in this duck race. So each duck represented each person who wanted to try to win this shirt. And Steve won because his duck won.
Yes. No. Okay.
It's just a visual randomizer. It's
Yeah.
It's a random thing. Nobody
Yeah.
knows which duck is gonna win.
Did you like that? Did you like that, Kyle? Is it that different?
Oh, I loved it. Yes, sir.
So true story. Let me before and I told Guy we were gonna do this. He's like, okay, and I'm sure. And in my mind, I was like, Guy has no idea what I'm talking about. I can't
No,
wait
but
till
you
he sees
sent it
this.
to me. I did not have an idea, but you sent it to me. Like I was like, oh, okay, that's fun.
So, true story about Steve. So Steve during Thanksgiving actually won a prize from us, and he paid it forward to somebody else in the chats that lost. So I'm happy that Steve won this because this is karma for him. Good karma. So Steve,
There you go, Steve.
send me your information. I'll pass it forward to my guy Guy. But congratulations, my friend. He's always supporting the channel, and he's a really good person in the community. So thank you so much.
Amazing.
Now, last but not least, before we go, my phone died, so I can't bring it up. But if you guys in the audience are interested, in the bio of the video, not only is there everybody's links to their social media, including Cal and Guy, but I want to talk about Guy has his own nice little cool thing that he does for the community with Impacto. So tell us a little bit about Impacto if you can. I'm sorry I can't bring it up because my phone died. But tell us about, what it's for, the good cause that you have running with the proceeds that go from purchasing any of the clotheslines there. But talk to us about that.
Sure. Well, thanks for bringing it up, Miguel.
Yeah.
This is I started with one of my best friends. We started this online company called Impacto. We started with hoodies, so we have 4 different designs, and now getting into summer, we're starting to work on our collection for t-shirts and tank tops. It's basically with our main intent is to have a positive impact in people's lives. I'm all about positivity and just bringing each other up. Impacto came from like this weird moment in my life last year. Even in the industry that we're going through this big strike, so I wanted to create something else not related to the industry. And you can go online at impactostore.com. That's our website. Our Instagram is Impacto Shop is the handle. And once you purchase the hoodie, we are giving 10% of the net profit to this amazing organization here in LA called the Midnight Mission, and they work with the homeless here in Los Angeles, and it's really wonderful. I volunteered several times last year. That's how I really wanted to partner up with them to begin, as we're doing clothing and stuff like that. So we're baby steps. This is like the beginning. We launched in December, and we're still learning so much about the whole business, but it's something I'm really passionate about. Our logo, it's basically the combination of my inner spirit animal, which is the phoenix, with literally, this is like there was nothing. I was already cast with Roberto, but it had nothing to do really, because I've always been so into sun and fire. I'm from Brazil. I love the heat, and it's basically the fire is my inner element. So it's this combination of I believe that from when you're really down, you rise up like the phoenix from the ashes. So that's what our logo represents, and thanks for bringing it up.
Dude, that's freaking awesome and really good cause. And like I said, my phone died, so I couldn't bring the website. I was going to try to show you some things, but it's in the bio of the video, so you guys could check it out. I also post about it, obviously, on my Instagram and stuff, but it's definitely a good cause. And I just wanted to bring it up because, I love doing stuff for the community, especially if it has a positive impact. But guys, listen, we are towards the end of the show. We went over a little bit, but I'm so grateful to have 2 of the very best X-Men to kick off our episodes, because we do have a couple more episodes lined up with some of the other cast members. But really quick, I want to show off Cal Dodd and tell him thank you so much. And check this out. Yeah.
Hey.
Cal, how much you want for that jacket?
It's a giveaway.
No, this is his personal one from back in the day, right, Cal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's like the original, the OG one, right?
Yes, sir.
In good condition.
Cal, if you ever want to sell that, I gotta be the first. I gotta be the first one to know. As your adopted child, I gotta be the first one to know.
I got 2 of them.
Oh,
yeah, and different sizes. This is a large and an XL.
XL's my size, Cal.
Yeah. when they offered these jackets, Cyclops, when we were doing the studio together, I was always next to Cyclops, and we got along handsomely, and because he had a great sense of humor. The 2 of us were just idiots, and we took our characters outside of the studio, so we were always playing the characters. And when they said, "Okay, you have 2 choices. You have Wolverine yellow for the leather, which is what this is, or X-Men blue." Right? So if you had the blue, that was X-Men blue, or Wolverine yellow were your choices. So I asked Norm, I said, "So Psych, what color are you getting?" And he said, "It certainly won't be Wolverine yellow, I can tell you that." He got his jacket, but what he didn't know is on the back of every jacket was his
Wolverine.
Didn't matter what color you got, Wolverine was on the back of every jacket.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
He actually had enough courage about a week later when the jackets arrived. He never wore it, and I wonder why. So I always wore mine. It was always on me. And he walked in finally with his jacket. I said, "Oh, what's up, teacher's pet?" "Nice jacket. Who's on the back of your jacket?" he said, literally, he said, "I don't know. I haven't looked." You know, and you looked.
That's awesome. Well, Cal, listen, thank you so much for being on the show again. I know you're it's past your bedtime. I know that.
Broke my phone and everything.
You broke your phone. I'm gonna have to send you. Listen. I will send you a new phone stand. I promise you. Or next time I see you, I'll definitely get you one. But listen, I really appreciate you, Cal. You know, you've been a hero to a lot of us. You know, obviously, I got to meet you. You're my favorite. We're good friends now. We keep in touch. Your wife is amazing. My daughter has basically, you know, grown up watching you as well, even though that's weird to say because it's a different, you know, generation. But we really thank you, man. And I'm sure everybody here is going to say it as I say goodbye to them, too. But at the same time, Gui, I want to also congratulate you again on all your endeavors, man, on all your new roles on TV. And, of course, obviously, SunSpot, which we're going to see more in the future with these new episodes coming out. And, guys, congratulations. You guys are up to season 3 so far. So that's freaking awesome, right? But, Gui, thank you so much, man. I'm really proud of you. It was an honor meeting you. You're such a great guy. And I just wish you the best, man. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much. You were so wonderful from the beginning, and it's been an honor. All of you, Cal, thanks for being here as well. It was such an honor. I was so excited, and all of you for all the passion you bring. Thank you.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Thank you.
Welcome, Gui. Welcome to the crew.
So real quick, let me let's go around the horn here. Josh, anything else you want to say before we end the show?
First off, Cal and Gui, this was an absolute pleasure. It's been amazing to meet you guys and talk to. I really hope you guys come to a convention here soon in the Florida area. It'd be great to finally meet you guys, and just thank you so much. And I'm excited for more X-Men and what you guys have in the future.
That's awesome. Josh. All right, and then next we got. I'm gonna mess this up because I still don't know how to do this. So I'm just Josh, help me drag people over here. It's not working for me.
That's all I'm good for.
Ah, there you go. The power couple. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you for having us.
It's been such a pleasure. Thank you, Gui, for joining us all the way, you know, from LA, and Cal, of course, from over in Canada. So it's just been really great to get to talk with you guys and, you know, hear all the fun stuff you've been working on. Super excited that we're moving on to season 3. We can't see where you guys take your characters and the storylines.
Yep, and I just want to pretty much echo what Josh said, that it's a very, very much a big pleasure to meet you both. I'm going to do a little selfish plug, and like if you check out at Retroactive POD for those watching, we actually review the X-Men 97 episodes as they come, a couple at a time. So we're watching along with you guys, enjoying this, loving the show, every episode. So be sure to watch that. But the biggest thing here today is that you guys came on, and we really, really appreciate it. It was a huge honor. So thank you so much.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Reverse Zio Carlos.
Man,
show off that shirt, son. Show off that shirt. Show off that shirt.
Right here, we are, right there.
Yeah,
there
the classic.
Hey, man. So I gotta say real quick, you know, obviously y'all are inspiring. Cal's been inspiring, you know, for generations, and now both of y'all will inspire for generations to come. And I know that we've been going a little bit extra, but you know, my fiance, today's her birthday, and she's a teacher and I'm a teacher. I just wanted to ask real quick. I know I'm taking up a little bit of time.
No, ask away, bro. Ask away.
My fiance always asks when we meet, you know, successful artists like you two. It's like, you know, for her students, what message do you have for future aspiring artists? She's an art teacher herself, and I don't know if y'all could give like maybe a quick word for them, so we could show them and, you know, keep inspiring future generations and stuff like that.
Nice. We'll start. Let's start with who do you want to start with? Gui?
Yeah,
Cal?
we'll start with Gui.
All right, let's start with Gui first.
And then we'll finish off with Kyle. He
Yeah,
has
yeah.
way more experience than I do. Look, I think, as cliche as it sounds, I say this a lot, and I truly believe it. You know, I've had great mentors and who said this over and over again. And so I think my main, you know, piece of, I guess, advice is to, you know, if that is the one thing that you love, you absolutely have to love it. If it's the arts, you have to absolutely love it. And if you do, then you have to do it as much as you can for as long as it takes, you know, because it does take time. But I just believe so much in this, you know, passion that we have, and if it's there, it's for a reason. And so I so believe that we need to follow full on, and things will happen.
That's awesome.
Thank you,
That's
Gui.
awesome. All right, let's see what Cal. Some inspiring words from you, buddy.
Go to bed. No, stay in school and appreciate the time that you have in school and the friends that you will meet, that you'll be lifelong friends for you, and life lessons that you learn when you're in school, grade school, high school, university. And then if you decide that you want to get into the arts, like as it happened to me, I was on my way to being a chartered accountant, and it was my father's wish, not mine. So I just followed his wishes, and he died. And as soon as he died, I couldn't get out of there fast enough. And I went to Toronto with a guitar player and went to this office, and it started then. And what you have to do if you're going to do it, like Guy said, is just, you either are going, don't do it half-arsed. If you're going to do it wholly. I went and dropped everything I was doing, any of my studies, and I trusted my voice, and I knew that I could do it and make it in this industry. And it took me a year, but when I finally got keeping knocking on the doors and trying to get into studios, when they heard me finally, because the hardest thing to do is to get them to listen to you, so you can prove to them, yeah, see, you can do it. You see, you can say, yeah, I told you. I've been trying to tell you for a year. And you get into the studio and they sing and they love you, and then it's like the blackbird at the X-Men. It just takes off.
Hey,
awesome, and you're in the pride of your life, because there's nothing better than the arts, and the people you meet there. It's like the best in the world. And quite obviously, listening to the people that have met Guy and all of us, they're dolls, all of them.
Appreciate that.
Awesome.
Appreciate those
That's
words.
awesome.
Thank
Thank
y'all
you for
too.
that.
Y'all are the best.
That's right. All right, who we got next? Mr. Kennedy.
Whoa.
Let's go with the X-Men 97 shirt. What do you got, brother?
Just want to thank them for coming on the show. Cal, 30 years later, 30 years later, I'm still listening to your voice while reading the X-Men books.
And it's the 50th anniversary of Wolverine, guys.
Yes.
We are in the 50th anniversary of Wolverine. That's right.
And Guy, it's great to finally see another X-Men character such as Sunspot get the moment that he's getting, and I'm glad that you're giving him that voice.
Let's
So I
go.
really appreciate that.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. All right, who else we got here? Oh, Sean Carlson, my guy. Thank you for jumping on, brother.
Of course, thank you for having me on with these two incredible guests. It's been unforgettable. Yeah, thank you both for coming on. It's been a hell of a show, but also thank you for taking a cartoon that I grew up with, that not only did I grow up with, but it was my first exposure to this whole world, which I love so much, and not just bringing it back or revitalizing it, but elevating it. It's like the show you remember, but better. Somehow, I don't know what chemical concoction of writers, actor, how it all coalesced into this show. But every week, every new episode is incredible. I'm loving the ride so far, and glad to see that almost every other time I look into the news, a new season has been greenlit. So
Yes.
Looking forward to a lot more.
Let's go.
Yes,
Awesome.
guys,
Thank
bro.
you, Sean. Appreciate you.
Of course.
Yes, Barb.
Or
So,
Barb, thank you so much.
No, thank you for inviting me.
Of course.
You guys are amazing. Cal, Guy, thank you so much for everything you guys are doing. This is like it's epic, you know. I get to share this now with my husband, all these new episodes that are coming out. It makes me teary-eyed. You know, we grew up with this, and like I said, this is amazing. And I love it. I love every episode. Thanks.
Oh, that's awesome. And Barb is going to be back when we have AJ on, because I promised her she was going to be back. Nah, you're good. You're good. Listen, this is the impact that you guys have on fans, man. Like, you know, so I'm so proud of you guys and doing this for us fans. So Barb, thank you so much, sweetheart, as always, a longtime collector. It means a lot for you to come on the show and share this time with us. So thank you.
Thank you. No,
All
thank you.
right. You
And
got
now
it.
we're saving the #1 Wolverine fan for last. And that
The
is, of
number
course,
one Wolverine. Listen,
go.
Tim, I'm so happy you're here, man. I promised you this a long time ago, so I'm happy that I was able to fulfill it. now at the most perfect time with X-Men 97. But Tim, listen, guys, for those who don't know, he's been around for a long time. Huge collector, as you can see in the background. Does the collector's barbecue. I mean, the guy is just great for the community. A lot of good things coming from him. So I'm happy that I'm able to share this with him. Tim, thank you so much for being on, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you for being relentless about getting me on here. I have gone into a little bit of a hiatus on YouTube, but you know, I've been fighting my own inner demons, and I just could not pass up the opportunity to hang out with you and meet Cal. And I mean, I don't even know what to say. It really like, you're responsible for a lot of my psychosis. So thanks. Wow. Yeah, I'm astonished that I'm even here, and I love what you guys are doing, and I'm very happy that the show is back. Yeah, this show literally has changed my whole life. It changed my life as a kid, and I have not been able to shake it. And I don't think I ever will. Now my kids watch it with me, and they get excited to see the show. And I guess the last thing I want to say is, Gui, if you betray our little sister and you don't take care of our girl Jubilee, I'm gonna be very upset. But you know, I'm happy that you guys are together. You're one of the homies, so you gotta, you know, take care of her, bro.
I hope so too. Okay, I'm only the messenger.
Oh, that's so funny.
And
you know,
without a doubt, you know,
And by the way, because of X-Men, that's how Tim, my husband, and I all met. Like, that's how, you know, we met a Tim. My husband and I met a Tim through X-Men.
We've been friends for like six plus years now.
6+ years, yeah.
That's
awesome.
That's cool.
And he lives in Jersey. I live in Florida, so we actually met at New York Comic Con in 2019. So we had a blast.
But that's what I was saying about the family at the premiere. I was meeting, you know, all these people who have known each other for so many years. I'm like, this is why, like you mentioned, you know, Paul from Power of X-Men. Like, everybody knows each other, and you guys all support each other. It's such a wonderful community I've never been a part of.
It's wild, yeah.
Yeah. And this is what the hobby's about right here, guys. This is what the hobby's about. Sharing stories, sharing what we love, putting it out in the community, being positive. And I really appreciate everybody in the chats for joining us tonight. I know there was a lot of things happening tonight with Prime One Studios and all this other stuff. But thank you for the ones who attended now. Thank you for the ones who are going to watch this on replay. Thank you, panel. Thank you, Cal Dodd. Thank you, Gui. Make sure you guys stick around. Don't leave yet. But everybody, we'll see you on another episode of ToyQuest101 Collectors Assemble Live. Again, we're going to be having 3 more shows with some of the panel members, from some of the cast members from the X-Men. So stay tuned to announce that. And I appreciate you guys. See you on the next episode. Bye, guys.